All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us is 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, just gonna get into an open forum. You got this thing going around right now. Jake is really uptight about this election between two Edomites who have proven throughout history that they do not mean us any well. Okay, and so we're just gonna get right into it. Starting out in Deuteronomy chapter 17.
Yep. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17. Would you like to start at verse 14?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 14. It says, when thou art come unto the land which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Yep. So just understanding first and foremost that we're not in our land, but when the time come, the king in which will rule over us will be Yahweh Shah and David, King David, and we'll be a nation of kingdom and priest. So this is Moses bringing the people into, letting them know that when you go into dwell in the land, the true people will be set in the land of Israel. It says that, you know, at the time of Moses, he said, you will want to set up a king over you just like unto the nations. Mm-hmm. And of course, if someone can get that in Samuel, where he talks about what the king would do.
You got it.
I'm looking for it.
Yep. And so it tells us, you know, that when you actually are doing like unto the other nations, the Lord's main purpose was for you to actually honor him and follow his ways. Well, the king that you set over you will have the tendency to be walk after the flesh. Mm-hmm. You know, it tells you they'll take the goodly parts of everything. They'll take your women. They'll take the strongest of your men. Mm-hmm. And they would do as such as their will. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is 1 Samuel chapter 8 and verse 6, or actually verse 5, and said unto him, behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
So this is the Lord is telling us, you know, through Moses, you know, to not do that. Okay. Well, go ahead.
But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Mm-hmm. And the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me.
So when you actually are trying to go about your own way and putting rulers up over you, you're ultimately rejecting Yahweh Shai. Mm-hmm. You know, because you're not doing it the way in which he tells you, okay, to do it. Is there more? Go ahead.
Precept.
It says, but they have rejected me, that I shall not reign over them.
All right. Is there more?
No, that was it.
Okay, because there's a part where he said he's going to explain what the king will do.
Jump down to verse 10.
And verse 10, and Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you.
So now we're looking at, again, when we're in the land, now we're not in the land, but yet we still have this law that he tells us to not set a king up, to set a king up over you. Did we finish that?
There's still some more.
Let's finish that real quick. call it out, and then we'll come back here.
Yep. Yep. So I'll read 14 from the top again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 14 from the top. It says, when thou art come unto the land which the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Verse 15, thou shalt say, in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
Yeah, so the Lord Yahweh Shai, if he's gonna set up anybody over the nation of Israel, he's gonna set up one of their own nation. And now we understand in these last days it will be Yahweh Shai, who was King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and we're gonna have King David, and we're gonna have the 144,000, which tells you that we'll be a kingdom of priests, right? And it's gonna be only a rulership that is of Israelites, and there will be no other nation that would ever be above the nation of Israel. All nations will flow unto Israel, and they will receive the laws, the statutes, and commandments, and be governed by the nation of Israel. Okay, and so we know that we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're in the Americas, and we're scattered all throughout. But this law still stands of wanting to put another nation over you. Let's go back to this real quick.
1 Samuel 8 and 11. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen. And some shall run before his chariots, and he will appoint him captains over thousands, and captains over fifties, and will set them to hear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers.
Right. So the main point is that at least if they were a man of the Lord, they would have laws and commandments they would abide by. But he's telling you that this king is going to utilize you as a resource, and he's going to pretty much get the best of all the substances that has been provided, where Yahweh Shai is going to look out for the people as a whole. But how much worse would it be if it's a nation that's not of your brethren, that's of a whole nother nation, and then you putting yourself, like you had mentioned in the last video, you bringing yourself low by putting a heathen nation who is nothing or less than nothing over you.
Precept.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1, and it reads, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. So that's this thing. Woe, that means destruction unto those children, okay, that don't take counsel of the Most High. He gave us the law, but in this instance, you want to take it from somebody else who the law wasn't given to. All right, and that's how it's going to lead you, sin unto sin. Okay, and what is the wages of sin? Death. All right, but he's supposed to take covering of his spirit. That wisdom was given to his elect men. Okay, who are the prophets out here teaching, so on and so forth right now. Okay, because just like you said, you put somebody from a strange nation over you, it's gonna be of your own demise. For example, in recent history, you put number 44, Obama. His last name should be a dead giveaway. His last name takes him past the borders of this country, all the way back to Kenya. And we know that he's a descendant of the Hamites. Okay, by blood. All right, and then you got as of recent, and this is the real deception, especially among women with the current VP, Kamala Harris. She played that African American card all the way up until those votes were certified. Okay, And there was many pictures going around the world with a dot on her forehead. She's claiming that Indian heritage. You know? So if something happened to Biden, she's next, and you all put her there. When he just said, you know, thou shalt not in any wise set king over thee who is not thy brother. Okay. You're doing that, and then you know she actually, you know, she put it in your face. You know, they asked her point blank, "What are you going to do for so-called black people who are the you know Israelites of America, Judah?" And she said, "You think I'm just going to do something for black people? I'm not going to do something just for black people." And see, Jake not listening, because if she was really one of y'all, she would have said, "I'm not going to do something for my people. You think I could just do something for my people?"
All right.
Yeah, yeah. See, you gotta listen to what they saying. Okay, she's telling you she's not one of us, and then just think, you know, why? As much as this country, we've been proven through the For Thy Violence Against Thy Brother Jacob series that the government has always had a hand in our demise. Why are they either going to allow us to get in that role or put us a heartbeat away from it? I don't understand how Jake still believes that, and you still going out there voting and voting and voting and voting. Okay, when that whole thing is set up, you know, on the 3/5 compromise, which didn't count us as a people. Okay, that's how you have these swing states like Florida and Ohio and stuff like that. You know, that's to give a lot of senators to those states that had the most slaves. Okay, they didn't want other parts of the United States, like in the North, you know, having that. But once you really understand the history, the North was just as bad as the South. Okay, when you start to go through the book Without Sanctuary, hell, a lot of the lynchings and hangings and the Jim Crow stuff was being more enforced in the North than it was the South. And we did what was that? The For Thy Violence, Natchez, Mississippi. Okay, yeah, the Devil's Punch Bowl. It wasn't the Confederate soldiers that put us in that camp. It was the Union soldiers, the ones who were supposedly fighting against slavery. All right. So once again, you know, you got to listen to what these people are saying. All right. We were never part of the system. Never. This place is our captivity, and Jake is still going out, you know, voting and voting and voting. Lyndon B. Johnson said, you know, I'll have these niggers voting for Democrats the next 200 years. Yeah. You know, all types of stuff like that, and they continually use Jake. You know, primarily they go through the so-called black woman. You know, she's the one out there pushing that stuff. But that's changing right now, because you know, if you're watching the trend, a lot of Jake is not dealing with this. You know, they just said they'd rather not. The Jake men say they'd rather not have any part of it. You know, and they don't understand. The lesser of two evils is still evil. Point blank. Period.
Well, just to your point, real quick. You know, it's been said, you know, when Kamala Harris was like a prosecutor, that she was notorious as far as the sentencing of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And so, we also understand that when you are dealing in an elitist status with Esau Edom, that you had to have had a lot of blood or a lot of connections, in a sense of within policies that have greatly affected so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And so to her to get up into this status, you know, they always put that war on drugs, war on crime, and they set up many different laws and policies, and then they push them through. But it's been said that she's had a very large hand in, you know, in the incarceration of Israelite men.
Yeah, when she was the DA.
Women and men, women, you know, and women, you know.
She was the DA in California. Yeah. Yeah, there's a clip, old girl, she was running against Tulsi Gabbard. Really put her on Front Street, man, on her record about incarcerating Jake. All right.
Yep. And then on top of that, it also, you know, the scriptures, the laws talked about, especially, you know, putting someone of another nation, but a woman should not be usurping authority over a man. So we definitely shouldn't be having a woman, you know, putting her as an authority over us.
God.
You know.
And she's married to a damn Amalekite. Okay, one of the apostles over in the land right now. So you know he's having some influence on her and her decision making.
Precept.
You know. Hold on. You have one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You had one.
So the point don't. This is Jeremiah 2:33. It says, "Why trimmest thy way?" So like, let me start from the top. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Con, and that's just going to the point. He says, "Why trimmest thou way?" Our way was to have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as our king. Okay, you're gonna make this other person your king, to seek love. Okay, has thou taught the wicked ones thy ways? That's how you know that's how they know. Now the so-called black woman become the face of these elections. You know, you get the black vote, the black vote, the black vote. You know, which is as we said is the Israelite. But here's the thing: you gotta, he told us in that scripture, we don't set anyone over you. A ruler, a king, which is a ruler over you, who is not thy brother that he has chosen. None of these so-called melanated faces has been our brother or sister. When you talk about her, they have nothing to do with us. The Hamites is the ones who sold us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing on YouTube now where they were trying to apologize. She's a Indian Asian. They got a horrible history with our demise too. All right, so here you are. Just be what that stand they have out there. All skin folk ain't kin folk. And that's what happens. And now you got the like I said, the majority of the people are out there enforcing them. Just look at these TV shows. You got what's her name? Simone.
Raven Simone?
No.
Simone Biles?
I think Simone Biles. Yeah, she's on the news. Joy Reid. And then you go back to a lot of these people. They not none of us either. So it's just a mess. So yeah, that's the thing. You trying to seek love from this man, Esau Edom. Trying to get reparations and stuff. It's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to happen. All right, they just showed you that with the whole thing with the decision on Tulsa, Oklahoma. At first, Esau was saying, "Well, you got to have the survivors to receive that." Well, you had the 3 survivors. They kept it in court so long, one of them died. Okay, and then they still said no, that they're not going to give it to you. So if that don't tell you that we are the people, we're going to always be oppressed. I don't know what it is. You just, like brother brought up, you just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Just that simple.
Yeah, precept.
Go ahead.
1 Timothy 2:12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
And here again, now you got the rumblings where they're trying to make him step down and her jump in his place. You gonna put her in rulership. Heck, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai didn't give our women, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He's definitely not going to give it to a woman of the heathen nation when it comes to the nation of Israel, when we're supposed to be above every nation upon earth. Okay, but y'all running because she with this sorority that she joined at an HBCU. That was all set up. All right, they're not. Her and Obama were not one of us. They are not Israelites. Okay, and like I said, America's never going to put one of us in that position to rule. Never. As a matter of fact, when you go through the history, You know, we haven't elected a president since 1932. They've all been selected. Again, that history is deep when it comes to Jake, you know, and Jake is tied into it. Like I said, with that 3/5 compromise, you know, that's how you get your electoral college. You know, that's how when you know it doesn't work because there's no other public election where you can lose the popular vote. That means everybody's vote counting, and still win the election. You saw that with Clinton. You saw that with Bush and Gore. Okay, Clinton and Trump is the wife Clinton. You know, they won the popular vote, but still lost the election. Nowhere else does that happen. Okay, but Jake was responsible for that. All right, for having those percentages in the high 90s percent. You know, voting for those people. All right.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh." You know, that word woe, you know, goes into what? Sorrow, distress, destruction. And ultimately, hey, we understand we in spiritual Egypt, man, because, you know, Egypt is symbolic for the house of our bondage when we go to Exodus 20. All right, but the problem today is a lot of Jakes, they rather seek help from, you know, the very different presidents, the vice presidents, secretaries, you know, or, you know, individuals, you know, in the Senate or office or whatnot. But ultimately, the one who's going to relieve all our problems is indeed Yahweh Bashim Yashai. See, because one thing we got to understand is that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, which the wicked is Esau, Edom, so-called white man. And ultimately, Esau, Edom, so-called white man has shown nothing but hatred, all right, toward you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans throughout all generations, man, as the scriptures speak upon that perpetual hatred. So it's not wise to, you know, seek counsel or help from an individual who has hated you, all right, from the very beginning, man. Because ultimately his goal is to throw you down, you see. But a lot of Jake is too dumbed down and too blind to see that, man. Which is why ultimately, as the scriptures say, though hand join the hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So if you want to be in league with this devil and trust in this devil, right? Consult to this devil for all things, man. Guess what? You could go down with him, man.
Yep.
I'm on. Can you read that over again, Baba Shah?
Yeah, Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Right. Yeah. You know, Jake look at the American military and think, you know, that we're the biggest and baddest, you know, or that they're the biggest and baddest, you know. So they think, taking counsel from these people will be my best bet, because hey, nobody can come against America. You know, but hey, Yahweh Shai is gonna show, you know, that hey, this place ain't shit, you know.
Yep.
That was it.
It says, but they look not until the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, you know. And Jake, man, they're not seeking the Lord, man. They're not seeking the Lord for help. You know, they're not reading the scriptures and, you know, finding out the solution to all our problems, man. But they rather seek help from these presidents, man, from these Edomites, basically, man.
Got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
Yep. This is. Oh, were you finished on that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider." And you know, an ox and the ass, you know, those are, you know, two farm animals that are, you know, known for being, you know, really stubborn. You know, once the minds of our people, you know, are set into, you know, seeking after, you know, seeking support from the, you know, from the government, you know, from Esau, right? These senators, governors, you know, presidents, you know, it's hard, you know, for the minds of our people to change their mind and serve Yahweh Bashim Yashai, you know, because, you know, it said right here that our people don't consider, you know, our people don't, a majority of our people, they don't consider Yahweh Bashim Yashai is him being their true power, man. okay, because of all of the amenities and things that Esau gave to our people to pretty much have them forget about all the atrocities and all the wickedness, all the oppression, all right, that happened that happened to our people, just like how it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, as a matter of fact, if I can grab that,
oppression make a wise man mad.
I don't want to butcher it. I got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right, and when you go into the Hebrew word for heart, it's the Hebrew word lab, which is going into your mind. And our majority of our people, they're already destroyed in the mind, okay, because a majority of our people, they once they've been given some sort of comfort, where it's like housing, food, or even like a job, their minds are just get fully set into serving their oppressor, man. But the ones that are wise, all right, out of the nation of Israel, they're gonna understand that they're being oppressed, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna understand that it's something wrong, all right, having to operate in this system to where you get literally taxed on everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't own anything. You can't even own your own plot of land. The government can take your children away at any if they find cause to, man. And a majority of our people, man, what they're destroyed in the mind, man, just based off of the amenities that this damn devil, all right, has given to our people, man. All right, but the ones that are wise, all right, they're gonna understand that. Look, man, this whole system is rigged. All right, it's only designed to keep you oppressed, man.
Precept.
And just to go back into that Isaiah, 1 and 3, majority of our people, they don't consider Yahweh Bashim Shai. They would rather consider on what they can see in front of them, rather than having faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai.
Preset.
That's it.
This pretty much backs you up. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 5, and it reads, thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, cursed be the man that trusteth the man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. Okay, and it says, cursed be the man. All right, we already know what those curses are. The wise man, as you talked about, the oppressed wise man, when you go into Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68. He says, and make his flesh his arm. That means, that you making that another man your strength, instead of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right? It says, whose heart, meaning your mind, departed from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. As he said, in Isaiah 26:3, I will keep you in perfect peace as long as your mind is stayed on thee. Okay? Saying right now, Jake is not in peace. Micah 2 and 10 lets us know that. Rise ye and depart. For this place is not your rest.
I had that.
You had it?
Yeah.
Pull it out right quick.
All right, this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
This land is polluted, and we know that. We have approximately 613 law, statutes, and commandments to keep. All right, but we forsook those. All right, now look at us. Since the first Congress met, we are now subject to 30,000 plus laws at this time. Okay, and that's just at the federal level. Then you have the ones at state, county, city, township, even in your own subdivision. What do they call those? Yeah, you got-
HOAs.
Yeah, homeowners association law. So, you know, the with this dude, you know, the shit is just nonstop. But Jake keeps trusting in him.
Precept.
Okay, he keeps trusting in him. But he said cursed. Somebody want to grab the word cursed right quick, so we can have an understanding what happens when you put your trust in this man.
This is a solemn utterance intended to invoke a supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment
Keep
on
going.
someone or something. Invoke or use a curse against. This is all in the Google.
Okay. You got the definition, but here again, it's going to bring harm to us, and not death. You know?
I got it in the blue letter too.
Go ahead.
It says a war to curse be he, lay under a curse, put a curse, to be made a curse. That's all it's saying.
Here's something.
You got something? Okay.
A roar.
It's this is curse. This is a cause of great harm or misfortune, torment.
Torment. You know? Torment. And that's what Jake is under, as long as you keep believing, you know, Esau, Edom. This whole political system is not for you. You know, we showing you that once again every week. You know, the government has been at the root cause of our demise. We see that once we go through this For Thy Violence Against Our Brother Jacob series. Okay? But yet Jake keeps trusting him.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And it's going to end up, you know.
Precept.
Like I said earlier, you know, the lesser of two evils is still evil.
Yeah.
All right? And we what does it say? The prudent man
Foreseeth the evil and hide himself.
and hide himself. So here again, we don't participate in that. Jake is not supposed to be participating in that.
Yeah.
You know, the evil is evil, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't pick the lesser of two.
Who else has one?
Yeah. This is Psalms 146, in verse 3 is the point. It says, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help." All right, so you know, like the brother was going into, the princes, you know, your elected officials,
Precept.
you know, going into the powers that be, pretty much. You know, our people, they put their trust in these elected officials. They put their trust in man, and we understand throughout the scriptures, you know, we are told not to do that. We are to put our trust in Yahweh Shemiah Shah, because man cannot save us. Scriptures say, "Well, fear not the." Never mind. But yeah, man cannot save us. That's it on that.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I got one. It's Psalms 1, chapter 118, verses 8 and 9. It says, "It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in princes." You know, ultimately, Yahweh Bashmi Shai is our help, man. Because ultimately, who's going to deliver us from all this, man? The Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to send back His Son, our Lord Yahweh Shai, to deliver us, man. But as far as these presidents, man, these rulers of the earth, man, these vice presidents, so on and so forth, man, hey, they're not here for our benefit. A description of Isaiah 63 says, "I looked and there was none to help." Meaning what, man? The heathens, man, hey, they see what predicament we in. All right, they see what hole we in. But they rather us to be in a perpetual ditch, rather than to pull us out, man. You see, you think these presidents, you know, you think these elected officials, you think they don't know what we experiencing, man, what we going through? They know exactly what we dealing with, man. But their goal is to keep us in a perpetual state of bondage, man.
Yep.
You know? But the Lord gonna root us up out of all of that, man.
Go ahead.
Oh, you got it.
Okay. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, and verse 5. And it reads, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them shall say, Blessed be Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." All right. So yeah, it says, "Whose possessors slay them?" Who possesses us right now? Esau, Edom, in this land. Okay, and hold themselves not guilty. Okay, we're under their laws. How do they hold themselves not guilty? Okay, well, number one, you know, they don't value Jake except for what they can profit from it. Okay, when it comes to the police, okay, the national oath of police officers is to the Constitution and the first 10 amendments, also known as the Bill of Rights. Okay, we weren't technically called citizens until the 14th Amendment. Okay, that's why they can get away with annihilating Jake with impunity. Okay, holding themselves not guilty. You know, and they will change the laws just so they can bring more harm to us. You know, we talk. The scriptures talk about those shepherds. How are they made rich? At first, it was off of free labor in slavery, and now it's on the penal system. You know, they're getting free labor again. Okay, you're not a slave unless you commit a felony, according to the 13th Amendment. You know, that's how they're getting rich off of Jake. And it says, and their own shepherds pity them not. You know, you got the Al Sharptons, okay, these guys on the news, you know, Van Jones, you know, all they care about is what they get out of it, okay. They pity us not, but here again, you know, you help further that affliction along with Esau Edom, you're gonna have to pay too, just like Ak brought out earlier. They'll join hand in hand. You know, the wicked will not go unpunished.
All right. I got some.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem. All right, the holy city, right? And that's why the men of the Lord came out. You know, that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua woke up his prophets, all right, to tell our people to come out of the ways of the heathens, all right, and come back to your true power, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right. It says, and what is our strength? Is this truth, all right? This truth is our strength, all right? The truth, you know, according to, you know, it said, put on thy beautiful garments. That's talking about the truth, you know, according to Job 29 and verse 14, you know, it says, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean, right? Who are those? Those are the heathens, all right? They're not going to come in. They're not going to take us down, all right? They're not going to put us into slavery, all right, and have us as a nation, you know, decide who are we going to try to vote on or make it seem like we have a say in it. Nah, you know, soon, you know, we're finna be the rulership of this earth, you know? Yeah, that was it on mine.
Anybody got anything else? Okay, I just want to close out with this. This is bring home the opening scripture. This is the book of Acts chapter 5 verse 29, and it reads, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai rather than men. Okay, and that's where we at in this time, Jake. You know, he told us not to vote, all right, not to be setting rulers over us, especially if he did not choose them and they were not our brothers. You know, and that's what you have at this point in time. You know, neither one. As a matter of fact, you know, we have in leader the ones who are running is of the nation of the people that wanted to make us extinct. Okay, and you still trying to vote for them. That's the worst. You know, you sign your own death certificate going out voting for these dudes. All right, because we know what they're gonna do. They already showed you what they're gonna do. All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying for the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.